I was only going to strive to do it in the place where it's considered the Olympics of entertainment.
Okay, thank you. We're here with Kevin and Christian. Welcome to Sweden.
Thank you.
For me, yes.
Yeah, for you.
I live here in Stockholm, yeah. So.
You were here for a date with Stockholm? No,
I am.
A date with Hollywood. Sorry.
Yes.
Can you explain what your role, or both roles, will be there and what it is?
Being a longtime television actor in Los Angeles, Christian lived in Los Angeles for a while, and he was a member of an organization that I founded called the Actors Network, which is a business of show business organization that was an educational and motivational location for actors, and that's how we became friends. And then Christian was kind enough to invite me to come to Stockholm and speak with actors of Stockholm along with Christian on the business of show business.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that kept happening and keeps happening as an actor is that people contact me, like send emails or Facebook. It's like, hey, can we grab coffee? Can we grab lunch? Can I ask you questions? And one thing I was really inspired by when I was in LA, partly also thanks to Kevin, and his organization, but also the people that I got to know, was that everybody was so generous with sharing their knowledge and their best advice. And Hollywood can be a very kind of closed and challenging place, but it can also be a very warm, and actually I think there's a sharing mentality that I like. And I decided, why not try to get together the people I enjoy and respect and like in Hollywood, and try to bring them over and inspire and change the Swedish industry as well.
So you would say that there's a big difference between how we work in Sweden in the film industry and the American way?
I wouldn't.
I don't think there's a big difference, but I think we were talking about this earlier, that Sweden is sort of catching up to the American way of doing film and television. I mean, more and more productions are international. They shoot here or with American actors, or they're pan-European co-productions. So I think we're kind of catching up to the American film industry. There's going to be more on-camera casting. There's going to be more agents, probably more producers. It's going to be like Hollywood more.
So bigger.
Yeah, and I just think that I don't think an actor from Stockholm is that necessarily, other than the language. I don't think that they're at any real disadvantage any more than many American actors who move to Hollywood every week.
If I, as a Swede, wanted to move to the USA, how would I accomplish that? Is it any harder than moving anywhere else? If I wanted to focus on my acting?
Well, obviously.
I'll let this man answer that.
Yeah, obviously it's harder than if you want to move to Great Britain, which is part of the EU, where you can just start working immediately. Of course, in the US, you'll have to jump through some hoops, which are, working visas. You will probably need an agent or a manager or a job offer. But as you can see, there are a lot of people traveling over, working all the time, so it's by no means impossible, even though you have to put in a lot more red tape, like filling out forms and stuff like that. So it's a bit more difficult than moving to Denmark, for example, to work or something like that. But by no means is it possible. And also, Kevin, you can ask, how many people do you see in LA which were not born in the States or just moved in?
The European or international invasion of Los Angeles over the last 15 years or 16 years since the turn of the century is huge, just from the Australian actors that are there that are doing well. Certainly Britain for a long time, and now, as we know, from Peter Stormare to Stellan Skarsgård and everybody else, and now Ms. Vikander, it's real common. That's not the issue. I think once you get past this part, I think Los Angeles has the same effect on people, whether they are moving from Tennessee, where I'm from, or whether you're moving from Stockholm. Los Angeles is just a huge place to deal with. And 200 management companies and 300 agencies and 400 casting directors, and the city is spread out, and it takes an hour. You get 2 hours notice to go to a commercial audition, and it takes an hour to get there. These are things that American actors are challenged with just the same as anyone else would be. So once you get past the the visa legal or just the temporary holiday visa part of just being in Los Angeles, I think the challenges are extremely similar. I don't think a Swedish actor or a Danish actor or a British actor is at any more of a disadvantage in terms of the actual city. It's hard on everybody. Carrie Lawson.
She's enthusiastic.
But she means well.
You're a blight, a stain, scavenger. You're a con man who preys on the weak and the needy.
Bilhandlaren var skyldig oss pengar, men han vägrade betala. Så då de sa, Zibi, du ska ta bilen och du ska köra med Jarek och åka till honom. Men jag visste inte vad Jarek skulle göra. Jag visste inte innan, jag visste inte efter.
But you said the unsub wanted us to catch him and punish him.
What he really wanted was for us to catch the preacher.
So whoever this guy is, he's fooled all of us. Now we got nothing when it comes to the profile.
Francisco didn't have hobbies. His whole life was at work, and it was honest work.
Do you know why Swedish people have become more popular in the American film industry, or why they are popular?
Aside from being talented and gorgeous, aside from that, in general, we were talking about this. I just think that over the last 20 years, when American productions started shooting in places like Prague to shoot for less money and started casting and involving European actors, maybe at the 6th or 7th or 8th lead, and now the Oscars have opened up their Best Picture category to any film made anywhere in the world. I think that's all been a process over 20 years of America simply being more known for having international casts, and that just opens it up for the whole world.
Okay, yeah.
Sure. And also, I think Swedish actors a lot of us are really good actors, and this sounds very self-glorifying now, but I mean, I think we have this theater background, which is kind of like an English background as well, that a lot of people are well trained, and also their English is usually pretty good, if not very good. If you compare it to a lot of, So if you go with a dialect coach, or you study or you practice, I think you could get almost to the level where people can tell you have an accent, which a lot of Swedish actors are now doing in the States. So I think that's part of the explanation.
When you moved there, we have talked about that, like the hardest part were to get the visa and stuff. But I mean, if you don't get a part directly, you have to find a way to earn money so that you can live there. How did you have a part-time job?
Well, he's a millionaire.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm
right?
a trust
You're a millionaire.
I'm a trust fund baby.
Of course you are,
So I was just living off the fat of the land. No, I mean, I think one of the good things to remember if you want to go to Hollywood and sort of try your wings there is to go out there with some money saved up, because you are going to need money to get started.
There are two words that I use all the time in this business that actors don't like, and they're sacrifice and discipline. And I make a joke all the time, nobody ever won a gold medal in the Olympics, even for Sweden, doing it part-time. And Los Angeles is the Olympics of the States, and I watch American actors do it. It doesn't matter what country you're from. I went to California with my SAG card, with a paid-for car and $6,000 and a major motion picture credit. I went to California with those four things. I know a ton of people, and I did a bunch of research. I know people who show up in California with none of those things.
How does someone become an actor? Do you have to have an education, like going to film schools?
No.
Or can you start?
I don't think. I mean, Alicia Vikander, as far as I know, she hasn't had any theater school training. She went to ballet school, which a lot of actors have done, like Mikael Persbrandt, what's his name, the Danish guy, Mads Mikkelsen. So it depends. Everything doesn't have to be theater-based. It can be about your body, about your voice, about your artistic expression. That does help you as an actor as well.
You were talking a lot about your resume, or what your
Credits.
Yeah, credits. How did you advance, and do you have any good tips to aspiring?
I'm a stubborn guy. When I came to Hollywood, it was a strong, strong goal of mine, not just to show up, not just to move there, not just to enjoy the beach, but I made it a real point that I was going to find a way to be good enough to make sure that I worked. And I've been doing it a long time. So that's part of my credits are also the amount of time that I've been doing it. But booking jobs in Los Angeles is tough.
If you're a smart person, you don't even go into this business. I mean, honestly, you have to be a little stupid, and you have to be a little, crazy.
Crazy.
And, you're never gonna survive.
Yeah, that's what people say all the time.
It's true,
yeah.
right? So, but then also, I think as an aspiring actor or starting out, you need to build a resume, and you're probably not going to build that resume with, James Bond or with the girl with the dragon tattoo at your first job. You might, but probably not. So go to places like filmcafe.se. For example, you can find great student films, great independent films. It's a way to start out. It's a way to build resume, bit by bit, and that way you also get to know people who make films. Somebody who does a student film today might be shooting a feature in 7 years.
Like, say, Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
Exactly. Everybody started out somewhere, right? So it's about building relationships, doing a good job, and also expanding, trying out your wings. And just because we've all made bad films, we've all made bad student films, it doesn't mean you have to.
Yourself.
You haven't?
Come on,
I
man.
saw your
I
early
did 14 student films. They were awful.
No, but it's so funny because you don't have to put it in your reel. You can do it just for you.
Correct.
You understand? So it's about having fun as well. It's not just about, oh, I only need to work on the biggest series or the biggest, because you can't control that. All you can do is be good.
Or you're up for a Disney pilot and they cast an Asian female. True story.
Yeah.
Been making the joke for years because it happened to me.
But
Dude, it was between you and another person and they went Asian female. How did it come down to me, younger version of me, and an Asian female? Because that's what the business for money is. I've auditioned with and against Latin men, Asian men, black men, and women for the same job. All sitting in the room looking around going, are we in the right place? Like, same job? That's because why not?
Yeah.
Because that's valid, whether you're a detective, a policeman, any form of those things, could be any of those people. Well, Hollywood does that more now. So if you take that stuff personally, Hollywood's not the place for you to be because it isn't personal.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for being here. I think we need to stop asking questions now.
To wrap it up, okay.
Even though I want to ask more, but it was really fun to have you here. And
It's our
Thanks for
pleasure.
having us.
Yeah. Thanks, Stella.
yeah,
Absolutely.
thank
Pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
I was only going to strive to do it in the place where it's considered the Olympics of entertainment.
So we have a lot to cover here tonight. It's going to be really exciting, and we don't have a lot of